So we're going to start off the video by going over the dividend news. The first one is actually one of the companies I did make a video that was expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of September. They are a little bit late on the declaration, but on the 6th of October, Lockheed Martin Board of Directors did authorize a fourth quarter dividend of $3.15 for Q4 2023. The dividend is payable on December 29th, 2023. This will be a 5% dividend increase, which also marks the 21st consecutive years of dividend increases from this company. As well, they also authorized a additional $6 billion of common stock repurchase. The other dividend raise that we were expecting for the month of September, which was also a little bit late, was McDonald's. McDonald's did raise its dividend by, or I guess declared $1.67 per share quarterly, which is a 9.9% increase from the prior dividend of $1.52. So congrats to all the McDonald's shareholders. On other exciting news, T-Mobile ended up actually declaring its first dividend payment ever. They will be paying, I guess November 30th, 2023 will be the ex-dividend date with a 1.86% dividend yield with 65 cents per share quarterly. They will be spending about $3 billion or so. And the second to last one we do have here, guys, is Bank OZK announced its fourth dividend hike for 2023 with a 2.8 increase to 37 cents per share. It is a Dividend Aristocrat, now paying, or I guess raising its dividend for 25 consecutive years now. And the last one we do have here, guys, Dell Technologies will increase its existing share repurchase authorization by $5 billion, adding it to the remaining authorization of the current $5 billion plan, and expects to grow its quarterly dividend by about 10% or more. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 207 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in. And in this video, guys, I will be going over one company, a Dividend Aristocrat, that is about maybe 40 years that they've been growing their dividend. They are expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of October if we go by the history. And so we'll be covering that company later in the video, so make sure you stick around. But you guys already know, every single Sunday we come back, guys. We continue to grow this monthly projected dividend income. By the end of the video, we should kick off these scripts I do have. We'll see this much higher because every single week we continue to dollar cost average, and no matter what the market's doing, so we're gonna see this much higher. It'll be definitely exciting as well. If you guys did miss the projection or how much I made for the month of September in dividends, we made a quite massive payment for that month, but you'll see that 2023 annual dividends now is at $2,857.20, guys. We've already surpassed 2020's full 12 months, and we still have one full quarter left to go. So this is super exciting to see this growth in the dividend, and we're going to continue to stay disciplined. We're going to continue to stay focused on our goals, because we do have goals which I'll show you shortly. But you'll see here on the quarterly, though, this is a little bit better. You can see that in 2019, guys, Q1, I only made $100 in my first 3 months, and then from there it's just continued to go up slowly but surely. And now, guys, in one quarter we're generating over $1,000 every 3 months. Imagine when this is much higher, and then those $1,000 are getting reinvested back into the portfolio, which is just allowing us to buy more shares, and that compounding effect will take it's going to help a lot on the portfolio. It's going to get to a point where my weekly contribution into the portfolio is not going to make much of a difference. The majority of the power is going to be coming from those dividends being poured into the portfolio. But if we look here at the options here, guys, premium, we are in the new month, which is October. Unfortunately, we didn't make anything this week, but if we look at the option return, we're still at 2.78% here. If I show you just the options in general for the month of October, again, $0 so far. So first week here, didn't really place anything, especially because the market was down slightly. Didn't want to see a recovery next week, and then having to roll up, and I already have 2 companies I have to continue to manage. But if we look here, guys, at the goals that we continue to stay focused, first goal, of course, is not related to my dividend portfolio, but it is related to my YouTube channel. So that is to reach 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it as well. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping a big thumbs up if you guys are watching, definitely appreciate it. Costs you nothing, helps out support the channel, and definitely keeps me motivated to bring all these videos to you guys every single Sunday. Goal number 2, of course, is to reach $325 per month. We've already surpassed this, guys. We're on our way to $375 to about $400 per month. So we'll see, you know, where we end up in December. It'll definitely be exciting. So make sure you tune around December, or, you know, just keep watching every single Sunday. But goal number 3, guys, is to reach $118,000 invested of my own money. As we look here, we're at about $116,901. We have about $1,100 more to go. We'll definitely knock out this goal in the next month or so, and we're gonna see this goal finally be achieved. Goal number 4 is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio every single week at a minimum, no matter what's going on with the portfolio, the market. And goal number 5 is to drip an additional $100 into the companies that are, or I guess add a $100 or purchase $100 worth of a company that's about to go ex-dividend date. That way we can collect the dividend for that quarter, and then it drips even more. But goal number 6, guys, we have to try to achieve about $400 per month on average selling options. We're slightly down on that. We still have a couple more months to try to average that out to about 400. We'll see if we get there. If not, it was a good attempt to try that. And then goal number 7, which we do have a goal for this, or I guess a strategy or plan, is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. SCHD did go down, guys, this week below $69, or I guess below $70. Great opportunity to pick up a couple shares. I'll show you what I did this week on that, so it's definitely going to be super fun to see that. If we look at the dividend payout, we only have 4 companies here so far that are expected to pay me out so far soon. Later in the video, we'll kick these off and see one of the companies that should pop up once I kick off the scripts will be Lockheed Martin with that dividend raise of 5%. So we'll see that pick up. But definitely October is going to be fun. I have 2 companies that are projected to pay me out that month, Altria and JP Morgan. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started with this video. As you'll see here, we are at $206,971.86 on the portfolio value. Day change is $896.09, which is about 0.43% in the green. 2-year change is about $18,861.62, which is about a 10.03%. And then if we look here at the positions, that's the more important part. You'll see that we are up in the green by 29.68% in capital appreciation, which comes out to be roughly about $47,007.94. On the cash balance, we are down slightly because I did purchase some SCHD. So we are at $1,581.56 here. But on the actual cost basis, we're at $158,000. If I show you guys here the Apple, we do have 2 covered calls on them. So we're over 200 shares, but they will be expiring next week on those covered calls. So I'll be trying to roll these up to 155, hopefully. If not, I'll stay at 150, but I'm gonna try to roll these up. We'll eventually get out of this, hopefully. And then we do have 100 shares of Altria, so I'm gonna see if I can place a covered call on Altria. Same thing for JP Morgan, and then Microsoft. This one will expire 2 weeks from now, so I'm gonna try to see if I can roll this covered call up as well. And then you'll see these other companies. I'm trying to get to 100 shares and then just collect a couple crumbs from the premiums that we do sell. The last one here that we do have that's equities wise is SCHD. We do have roughly 713 shares, guys. We're slowly adding up to this position. We'll eventually get to 1,000 shares, and then from there we're gonna set new milestones, and then we're gonna continue doing that. There's some subscribers that comment that they have over 8,000 shares of SCHD. Those are goals I will eventually get to, and it's super motivating to see how much you guys actually own of these companies, because it definitely keeps me driven to try to achieve those goals that you guys have achieved as well. And you'll see here that we do have 3 cash secured puts on SCHD, guys. So what this means is that I have 3 cash secured puts at $70 strike price. They will expire on the 20th of October, and they actually paid me about $43 or so to take this risk. So what this means is that if SCHD closes below $70 on the 20th of October or earlier, I could get exercised earlier, but typically it ends on the 20th. So if by the 20th of October SCHD closes at below $70, I will get assigned 300 shares of SCHD. Since it's 3 contracts, remember, 1 contract controls 100 shares. So you'll see here that SCHD is currently trading below $70. So if by the 20th SCHD doesn't move up, I will get assigned 300 shares, which would also achieve my goal of 1,000 shares. But you'll see here as well, we do have a covered call. So we have 7 covered calls at $77 here that also expires on the 20th. I am actually doing, or I guess collected $23 or so from taking this risk. As long as SCHD closes below $77, I will get to keep my 700 shares of SCHD here, and I get to keep the premium as well. So for me, it's a win-win on the cash secured puts, because I get to get assigned shares, plus I also get paid to buy those shares. But we might roll these down some just to get a better entry point and average down. Then the last one that we do have here, guys, is SNSX, which is a US Treasury money investor. I have about $22,000 invested in this. This is actually money that I'm currently collecting, roughly about close to 5%, and then I will be selling out of this if I do get assigned those 300 shares of SCHD to cover my position. This is a pretty great strategy, and I'm hoping it works out as I plan it to. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this. I'm definitely loving the options with SCHD because I'm collecting a bit of more crumbs. Typically on the monthly, collecting almost about $70 or so, which almost buys me 1 full share of SCHD every month, plus SNSX, which kind of gives me about $70 as well in interest. Also allows me to buy an additional share of SCHD, so you guys can kind of see the compounding there. And let's go ahead and move over here to performance. You'll see that the portfolio is at, or I guess in gains, $8,415.92. We're in the green, guys. Definitely wish I was back over here so we could have accumulated more shares. And then rate of return is 4.19%. And then if we look here, guys, in the investment income, we're projected to make roughly about $5,480.38. That's in the next 12 months projected. Of course, this includes the mutual fund that we collect interest on, but you'll see it averages out about $456.70. November will be our cheapest month or lowest month, $174.79, but December will be a super juicy dividend amount of $851.26 so far projected. You'd have to definitely subtract the mutual fund there. And then if we look at the history, guys, I can show you guys everything I did this week. So I went ahead and started from the 1st of October 2023 all the way till the 7th. And if we scroll to the very bottom, you'll see that actually the covered call I had from JP Morgan from the previous week is just showing up as it expired. But guys, on the 2nd of October, I ended up buying 1 share of SCHD at $69.95. It went below $70. I was like, I'm going to buy some shares. And then on the 2nd, guys, we went ahead and got the drip from Union Pacific, which bought 0.07 shares at about $201 here on the 3rd or 2nd. I ended up transferring $200 worth of, or I guess $200 from a bank account into the portfolio. Remember those goals that we do have. On the 3rd, I ended up buying $100 worth of JP Morgan, which bought about 0.69 shares. Remember, JP Morgan was going ex-dividend date, I believe, on the 4th or 5th of October. So now this 0.69 shares will be paying me out for this coming quarter, and hopefully it just helps that compounding. Those little crumbs do add up over time, guys. And then on the 3rd as well, I ended up buying another share of SCHD. SCHD kept going down, so I was like, I'm gonna accumulate more shares. So I bought it at $69.25, and then as well I went ahead and bought 2 shares of Altria, guys. They were trading at $40.99, so I'm gonna pick up some, average down some, and then on the 4th, guys, I ended up ending the day with buying 1 more share of SCHD at $69.39, trying to accumulate those shares. In the long term, it will pay off. But let's go ahead and see how much we collected in dividends this week. So let's go ahead and click calculate dividends. And guys, we made $0 this week. Of course, we made majority of our dividends this past month in September. We'll be getting some for October in the coming weeks. And then yeah, guys, let's go ahead and try to wrap up this video. I'm going to show you guys the Dividend Aristocrat that is expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of October, going off history. So let's go ahead and jump over to Seeking Alpha. Alright guys, so if you guys guessed XOM, ExxonMobil Corporation, let me know in the comment section. Definitely would love to know if you guys guessed that. And you'll see here we're on Seeking Alpha. If we go over here, they are in this energy sector, but the dividend yield is a 3.40%. Annual payout is $3.64. Payout ratio is showing that it's 28.61%. Very, very low payout ratio. Let me know if you guys think that is correct or not. We'll definitely have to check on that. 5-year CAGR though is a 2.74%. Very, very low 5-year CAGR. I know this is incorrect. I believe it's over 40 years that they've been growing their dividend, and they do pay out quarterly, which they pay out 91 cents every single quarter. If we look at the dividend history here, I can kind of show you guys when they typically announce the dividend. So you'll see that typically they, or I guess in 2022, they were paying 88 cents on the 3rd quarter, and then on the 4th quarter they paid 91 cents. If we look at 2021, on the 3rd quarter they were paying 87 cents, and then on the 4th quarter they raised it to 88 cents. So if we scroll to the right here, you'll see that typically the 4th quarter is on October 27th, 2022, and then of course October 27th, 2021. So most likely it will be in October 27th, 2023. We'll see around that week or so when we should see a dividend raise from ExxonMobil. If they do plan to raise one, let me know in the comment section if you guys are invested in this stock, and you know, we'll see if we expect that raise from them. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the Google Sheets. We'll wrap up the video, see how much we grew the dividend snowball. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so we're at the Google Sheets. You'll see here that I went ahead already have a copy of this, so we can kind of see the difference in how much we grew the dividend snowball. But before we get started on that, let's look at the options premium here. Again, of course, it's $0 so far for the first week of October. Rate of return is at 2.78%. And then if we look at the options, so far for total, we're still at $3,247.88, slightly under the full year for last year, which last year we didn't really do anything until around August. So we'll see what happens with these. We still have 3 more months technically there. Let's look at the dividend payout. You'll see here that we do have 2 companies that are expected to pay us in October, Altria, JP Morgan, and we have 2 more other companies, Starbucks and Microsoft, which you'll see here we all got dividend increases for these companies. Let's go ahead and see what other companies pop up. So we'll go here to portfolio tools, get latest dividends. The Lockheed Martin one should pop up. and we'll see. I do have all these scripts available for free. All I ask in return, guys, is that you're subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on the videos. Definitely goes a long way. I guess Seeking Alpha doesn't have the information from Lockheed Martin. It'll probably pop up next week. So next week you guys should see the Lockheed Martin dividend raise show up. Unfortunately not this week though, but we'll be getting some juicy dividends there. Let's go ahead and go over here to the settings, guys. We'll go ahead and get rid of this, and let's jump over to Empower to grab the latest version of my portfolio from this past week, so we can kind of see the difference. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. You'll see this green button is called Copy Holdings. Click on that. That copies the content of my portfolio or positions into the clipboard, which then we can jump right over. Right click, paste special, values only, and then we have our account information there. Go to holdings. This is the old snapshot, or from last week. You'll see my positions here. Once we click over here to portfolio tools, click update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped. It'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted, and we'll see the difference. I have tutorials for all this stuff again, guys. It's completely available for free. So let's go ahead and click update portfolio holdings. Give it a second or two. There it goes. We can jump back over here to the dashboard, kind of see the difference. So you'll see here on the projected dividend yield, we're at 2.10% compared to 2.08%. That is potentially because the portfolio did move down in value this week. On the yield on cost, we're still at 2.74%. Yearly, we're now projected to make about $4,342.19, which is great to see. On the monthly, we're making $361.85 now, guys. And then on the weekly, we're making about 36 more cents or so to $83.50. On the day, we're making $11.90 compared to $11.84, so 6 more pennies. On the hourly, guys, every single hour that goes by now, we're making 50 cents. That's pretty cool. Last week we were making 49 cents. We got a raise there, 50 cents every single hour now. And then on the hourly work wage, guys, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $2.09. They were getting paid $2.08. I guess they got a raise of 1 penny, which is super awesome to see. We're going to eventually try to get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys, but we continue to see this grow every single week, every single month, and it's super motivating to see it. Anyways, this is actually all I have for you guys. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing with that bell notification. Help me reach that goal of 20,000 subscriber mark. As well, drop a big thumbs up on the video. Helps out the channel. Definitely appreciate it. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag raises, because we are expected to get a juicy raise, or I guess not a juicy, but I'm not sure how much they're going to raise it by, but a dividend raise in the month of October. Definitely, every little increase counts in the long term. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.